Till yesterday we discussed about root and stem. We discussed the total lesson and some bits, important bits regarding that. From today onwards or now, we discuss some of the important bits in leaf and also inflorescence. First, we discuss some important bits in the leaf. First question. Monocot plants having reticulate venation. Monocot plants having reticulate venation are Smilax and Dioscorea. We all know this, Smilax and Dioscorea. Smilax and Calophyllum, Eryngium and Smilax, Calophyllum and Eryngium are given only to confuse you. So, normally reticulate venation is found in dicots. Reticulate venation is normally found in dicots. But there is some exceptions like Smilax and Dioscorea. These two are exceptions where these two are monocots with reticulate venation. Monocots with reticulate venation. So, this is an important bit. Monocot plants with reticulate venation are Smilax and Dioscorea. Next question. This is a matching tabular form. Monocot plant having reticulate venation is Smilax. So, A is 4. Dicot plant having parallel venation is 2. Eryngium. Eryngium and Calophyllum are two dicots with parallel venation. Monocot plant having divergent palmate venation. Divergent palmate venation is found in Boraces. You all know divergent palmate venation means, palmate means many midribs are present and all these midribs ultimately enter their independent lobes like this. So, this type of venation is found in Boraces. Then dicot plant having convergent palmate venation. Convergent palmate venation, a dicot plant with convergent palmate venation is, convergent palmate venation means many prominent midribs are present at the base, but ultimately they come and unite at the apex and remaining veins are arranged in a reticulate manner. For this, the examples are two. One is Ziziphus, the other is Cinnamomum. Ziziphus and Cinnamomum. Ziziphus zuzuba you all know. Here stipules are modified into spines and leaf will show palmately convergent reticulate venation, and Cinnamomum is a special economically important plant where the bark is used as a spice. In Cinnamomum, bark is used as a spice. So, answer for this second question is third option, 4, 2, 1, 3. Next. Single leaf showing many modifications is found in. Single leaf showing many modifications is found in. Single leaf showing many modifications is found in Nepenthes. Why? Because Nepenthes is an insectivorous plant. The lower part of the leaf modifies into a green chlorophyllous structure called phylloid which performs photosynthesis. The upper part of the petiole is modified into a tendril. The upper part of the petiole is modified into a tendril. The lower part of the petiole is modified into a broad, expanded, green colored special photosynthetic structure called phylloid. Then leaf lamina is modified into a cup-like structure called pitcher. Leaf lamina is modified into a cup-like structure called pitcher. The rim of the pitcher shows special nectary glands which secrete slippery juices. The leaf apex is modified into an immovable, colorful, attractive lid. So, lower part of the petiole has become phylloid, upper part of the petiole has become tendril. Total leaf lamina is modified into a cup-like structure called pitcher. Leaf apex, this lid has come from leaf apex. So, leaf apex is modified into a special lid. Lid attracts the insects. Insect comes and sits on this. Because it is slippery, they fell into it. Downwardly bent hair does not allow the insects to come out. At the base, an acidic fluid is there. Ultimately, insect is killed. So, leaf shows maximum modifications, or the question is single leaf showing many modifications is found in, answer is Nepenthes. Answer is Nepenthes, not citrus, Delonix and Datura. Next question. This is again matching. Unifoliate leaf appears like a simple leaf, citrus. Unifoliate leaf appearing like a simple leaf is citrus. Why? Because here only one leaflet is present at the tip of the petiole. Petiole is also winged petiole. Petiole is winged petiole. So unifoliate leaf compound leaf with winged petiole is citrus. Leaf lamina with pinnate lobes. Leaf lamina with pinnate lobes is brassica. Pinnate lobes means equal number of lobes on both sides of the midrib. Leaf lamina with palmate lobes. Leaf lamina with palmate lobes means leaf lamina shows lobes that resembles fingers in a palm. For this, the example or answer is passiflora. Then comes leaf lamina without lobes. That means total simple leaf. That is first one, Psidium. So answer is 4, 3, 2, 1. Unifoliate leaf appearing like a simple leaf is citrus. Leaf lamina with pinnate lobes is brassica. What is pinnate lobe? Suppose this is the midrib. Lobes will be like this and their number is equal on both sides of the midrib. This is called simple leaf with pinnate lobes. Simple leaf with palmate lobes means leaf lamina shows lobes which resembles fingers in a palm, passiflora. Leaf lamina without lobes means all the leaves are simple without any lobes. Example, Psidium. Next, arrange the following in ascending order based on the number of rachis per leaf. Azad recta only one rachis, that is primary rachis. Leaflets are arranged on both sides of the primary rachis is azad recta. For example, in azad recta only one rachis will be there. Leaflets are arranged on both sides of the rachis. This is azad recta. Then second is D, Delonix. Delonix is primary rachis produce secondary rachis. On both sides of the secondary rachis, leaflets are arranged. On both sides of the secondary rachis, leaflets are arranged. Next is C, Moringa. So this is azad recta, neem. This is Delonix. Then Moringa. Moringa is drumstick. Here primary rachis produces secondary rachis. Secondary rachis produces tertiary rachis and leaflets are arranged on both sides of the tertiary rachis. Leaflets are arranged on both sides of the tertiary rachis. So here primary rachis, here secondary rachis, here tertiary rachis. Now coming to the last one, coriandrum. Coriandrum, here the rachis is very much divided. Numerous rachis will be there and highly dissected leaflets are present at the tip of terminal rachis. So based on the number of rachis, the arrangement is 1 in azad recta, 2 in Delonix, 3 in Moringa, many in coriandrum. So arrange the following in ascending order from lower number to higher number. Ascending order means based on the number of rachis per leaf is B, D, C, A. That is azad recta, Delonix, Moringa and coriandrum. Next. Estivation. Only dicots show reticulate venation. Calophyllum shows parallel venation. You cannot say that only dicots show reticulate venation because Calophyllum, eryngium are two dicots with reticulate venation. So that A is definitely wrong. Calophyllum shows parallel venation is right. So for this the answer is A is correct but R is false. Definitely only dicot show reticulate venation, only monocot show parallel venation will be a definitely wrong statement. But Calophyllum shows parallel venation is a correct statement. Next, this is also a matching. Opposite superposed phyllotaxy. Opposite superposed phyllotaxy means opposite leaves are present one above the other regularly quisqualis. Opposite leaves are present one above the other regularly quisqualis. Alternate phyllotaxy. Alternate phyllotaxy means at each node there will be only one leaf and those leaves of different nodes are arranged in an alternate manner or spiral manner. So alternate phyllotaxy is found in hibiscus. Then opposite decussate phyllotaxy. Opposite decussate phyllotaxy means opposite leaves are arranged in right angles with each other. That means suppose here one opposite leaf. In right angles to the first pair of opposite leaves, the second pair are present. Again above pair is right angles to this pair. For this the example is Calotropis. For this the example is Calotropis. Next, Next, leaf mosaic phyllotaxy. Leaf mosaic phyllotaxy is found in Acalypha. What is leaf mosaic phyllotaxy? It is an alternate type of phyllotaxy, but all the leaves get equal amount of sunshine. Why? Because lower leaves show long petioles, upper leaves show short petioles. Lower leaves show broad leaves, upper leaves show small leaves. The upper small leaves are arranged in the gaps left by lower large leaf. That way all the leaves are arranged in such a manner that all the leaves get equal amount of sunshine. So for this the answer is 5, 3, 2, 1. Opposite superposed phyllotaxy is found in Quisqualis. Alternate phyllotaxy is found in Hibiscus. Opposite decussate phyllotaxy is found in Calotropis, and leaf mosaic phyllotaxy is found in Acalypha. In this there is 1/4 one Nerium. There the phyllotaxy is whorled phyllotaxy. What is whorled phyllotaxy? The plant shows nodes, and on the nodes more than 2 leaves are present. So this is about this question. Next, arrange the leaves of following plants in ascending manner according to their number of midribs, midveins. The answer is B, A, D, C. Why? Because B is Mangifera, only one midrib. Cinnamomum, many midribs, but just more than that. Cucurbita, a little bit more, and Borassus are many. So answer is B, A, D, C. Mangifera, only one midrib. Cinnamomum, reticulate venation, that's why limited number of midribs, all arranged at the leaf apex. Cucurbita, many midribs which enter their individual lobes. And finally Borassus, many midribs which that is palmately divergent, where many midribs are present. So answer is first Mangifera, next Cinnamomum, third Cucurbita, and last Borassus. Next, assertion. All monocot leaves do not show parallel venation. All monocot leaves do not show parallel venation. Reason: Smilax and Dioscorea are monocots with reticulate venation. So because all monocots leaves do not show parallel venation only, that statement is true because Smilax and Dioscorea are two monocots with reticulate venation. Smilax and Dioscorea are two monocots with reticulate venation. So for this the answer will be definitely 1. A and R are correct. R is the correct explanation of A. A and R are correct. R is the correct explanation of A. Next, one of the following is not a leaf modification of xerophytes. One of the following is not a leaf modification of xerophytes. Spines are leaf modifications that reduce the rate of photosynthesis. Scales are the leaf modifications that reduce the rate of photosynthesis and also protects the apical and axillary buds. Phyllodes, any part of the leaf except leaf lamina. Any part of the leaf except leaf lamina, suppose modifies into a broad expanded green chlorophyllous photosynthetic structure, then it is called a phyllodes. So all these three are definitely xerophytic adaptations. The only answer here is tendril. Tendril is not a xerophytic adaptation. Tendril is found in almost many plants, and it mainly helps in climbing. So spines, scales, phyllodes are xerophytic adaptations. Tendril is not a xerophytic adaptation because tendrils are formed from roots, tendrils are formed from leaves, tendrils are formed from stem, and all tendrils help in climbing the support. So here the answer is tendrils. Next, opposite decussate and opposite superposed phyllotaxy are respectively present in. Opposite decussate, just now I told, opposite decussate is found in Calotropis because here the opposite leaves are arranged in right angles to each other. Then opposite superposed phyllotaxy is found in Quisqualis. So for this the answer is Calotropis and Quisqualis. Second is also Quisqualis and Calotropis. That is not the answer because first is opposite decussate, then is superposed. So you must be careful during the EAMCET exam. Both the 1 and 2 are correct here, but order is different. The question is opposite decussate and superposed. So first you have to write the opposite decussate, that is Calotropis. Then opposite superposed, that is Quisqualis. You should not write Quisqualis and Calotropis. Then Nerium, just now I told, whorled phyllotaxy. Quisqualis, opposite superposed phyllotaxy. Calotropis, opposite decussate phyllotaxy. Nerium, whorled phyllotaxy. So question Reading is very important. What is the question given? Opposite decussate and superposed phyllotaxis. So first you have to identify the opposite decussate phyllotaxy. Then you have to identify the opposite superposed. So answer is opposite decussate will be in Calotropis. Opposite superposed will be in Quisqualis. Next, digestive glands are present at the apices of the tentacles in. Digestive glands are present at the apices of the tentacles in Drosera. Drosera is very popularly called sundew plant. In this sundew plant, leaf is spatulate. Spatulate means spoon-shaped leaves. On this spatulate leaves, you will find many glandular tentacles. Many, hundreds and hundreds of glandular tentacles. They secrete digestive juices. When an insect comes and sits on the spatulate leaf, all these tentacles close, kills the insects, secrete the juices, and ultimately digest the insects. So, digestive glands are present at the apices of the tentacles in Drosera. Coming to Dionaea, Dionaea is very popularly called Venus flytrap. Here the insectivorous plant has a leaf which functions like a book. That means when an insect comes and sits on it, the leaves will close and ultimately kills the insects. Utricularia. Utricularia is popularly called bladderwort. Here bladder-like structure is present, insects are trapped there and killed there. Then Nepenthes. Nepenthes you all know, pitcher plant. The pitcher is a leaf lamina modification, lid attracts the insects, they fell into the pitcher, fell into the acidic fluid, killed there, and protein part of the insect's body is digested. So digestive glands present at the apices of tentacles is Drosera. Next, scaly leaves are found in. Scaly leaves means the leaves which are found either in the xerophytic plants or in the underground stem modifications. In xerophytic plants, they reduce the rate of transpiration. In underground stem modifications, they provide protection to the apical bud and axillary bud. Here the answers are Canna indica, Colocasia, Stachys tubifera, Lilium. Canna indica, the underground stem modification is a rhizome. Colocasia, the underground stem modification is a culm. Stachys tubifera, the underground stem modification is a tuberous stem. And in Lilium, the underground stem modification is a bulb. In Canna, rhizome. In Colocasia, culm. In Stachys tubifera, tuber. In Lilium, bulb. Scale leaves are definitely present because underground stem modifications are identified by the presence of apical bud, axillary bud, nodes, internodes, and scale leaves. So answer will be 1, 2, 3, 4. All are the answers for this question. So all 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, non-succulent phylloclads with scale leaves in hold phyllotaxy. Non-succulent phylloclad means it does not store food material. It appears like a long needle-like structure. So long needle-like structure with a whorl of scale leaves around each node. Whorl of scale leaves around each node is Casuarina. So Casuarina shows long needle-like phylloclads. These are all non-succulent which does not store any food. Around each node you will find a circlet, a whorl, a circlet of scale leaves. So answer is Casuarina. In the case of Nerium, you don't find any scale leaves. In the case of Euphorbia also, leaves are modified into spines. Leaves are modified into spines. And when it comes to the last one, Coccoloba, Coccoloba is a phylloclad, but it is a broad, expanded, ribbon-shaped phylloclad which is very much branched. So here non-succulent phylloclads with scale leaves and hold phyllotaxy. In a hold phyllotaxy is definitely Casuarina. Why? Because in Casuarina, long needle-like phylloclads are present. Around each node, you will find a circlet. Circlet of leaflets is nothing but whorl phyllotaxy. So for this, the answer is 3. The answer for this is 3. Then arrange the following in descending order based on the number of leaflets. Answer is 4. A, C, D, B. Why? Because 6 leaves of citrus means 6. 6 leaf of citrus means 6. 1 leaf of Gynandropsis means 5. So 6 leaves of citrus is 6. 1 leaf of Gynandropsis is 5. Why? Because in Gynandropsis pentafoliately compound leaves are present. Then 2 leaves of Hardewickii is 4 because Hardewickii is bifoliately compound leaves. And last, 1 leaf of Dolichos. 1 leaf of Dolichos is 3. 1 leaf of Dolichos is 3. So answer will be A, C, D, B. I will again tell, citrus 6 leaves means 6 leaves. Gynandropsis 5 leaves. Then 2 leaves of Hardwickia is 4. Why? Because Hardwickia is bifoliately compound. And 1 leaf of Dolichos is throw. So answer is 6, 5, 4, 3. That is the descending order. And descending order 6, 5, 4, 3 is for fourth option. A, C, D, B. A means 6 leaves of citrus. C means 1 leaf of Gynandropsis. D means 2 leaves of Hardwickia. And B means 1 leaf of Dolichos. This is the answer. Next, compound leaf without a rachis. Compound leaf without a rachis is seen in Tamarindus, Marsilia, Millingtonia and Moringa. Here the answer is Marsilia. Why? Because Marsilia shows compound leaves, not pinnately compound. It shows palmately compound leaves. Palmately compound means at the tip of the petiole, leaflets are arranged. So rachis will not be there, only petiole will be there. At the tip of the petiole, you will find 4 leaflets. So 4 leaflets present at the tip of the petiole, not at the tip of the rachis. So here it cannot be called as rachis, it is a petiole. So at the tip of the petiole, 4 leaflets are found in Marsilia. Here the remaining options are Tamarindus. Just now I told Tamarindus is unipinnately compound leaves with even number of leaflets, that is paripinnately compound leaves. Primer rachis always ends with 2 leaflets. Then Millingtonia, just now I told Moringa and Millingtonia are the examples of tri-pinnately compound leaves. Primer rachis produce second rachis produce tertiary rachis produce leaflets on both sides. That is Millingtonia and Moringa, both are same. Next. Parkinsonia, the number of spines present at each node. This is the Parkinsonia plant. Parkinsonia shows a phyllodes. Phyllodes is modified from secondary rachis. Secondary rachis is modified into phyllodes. On both sides of the phyllodes, leaflets will be there, but ultimately leaflets fall off. Ultimately, phyllodes perform photosynthesis. Primary rachis becomes a spine. Stipules also becomes spines. So when primary rachis and stipules are modified into spines, 2 stipules become 2 spines. Primary rachis becomes 1 spine. So in total in Parkinsonia, total number of spines at each node will be 3. So definitely 3 spines are present in Parkinsonia. Why? I just now explained. Primary rachis becomes a spine, stipules become 2 spines, secondary rachis becomes a phyllodes, and phyllodes perform photosynthesis. So 3 spines are present. The original stem is underground, and the aerial leaves show unicostate parallel venation in the case of original stem is underground is rhizome. In Mangifera you don't find unicostate, in Cucurbita you don't find unicostate, and in the case of Cinnamomum you don't find unicostate. That means parallel venation is not found. Mangifera, Musa and Cinnamomum show reticulate venation. So Mangifera, Cucurbita and Cinnamomum shows reticulate venation. Only Musa shows parallel venation. With that also you can identify the answer. The original stem is an underground means actual stem is underground rhizome. The aerial stem is formed by the fusion of sheathing leaf bases. So ultimately that is called pseudostem. So the answer, the original stem is underground and the aerial leaves show unicostate parallel venation is case of Musa. Unicostate parallel venation means only one midrib will be there and the leaf lamina shows venation one after the other. So this is unicostate parallel venation. Unicostate parallel venation underground stem is found in Musa. Find out the correct match. Smilax, for this the answer is 3. A3 type Smilax part modified into tendril. This is a Smilax stipules are modified into tendrils. Lathyrus total leaf except stipules are modified into tendrils. Total leaf except stipules are modified tendrils. Why? Because stipules are broad expanded leaf like stipules which perform photosynthesis. Gloriosa leaf apex is modified into tendril. Leaf apex is modified into tendril. Nepenthes upper part of the petiole is modified into tendril. So Smilax stipules are modified into tendrils. Lathyrus total leaf except stipules are modified into tendril because stipules are broad expanded leaf like stipules. Lathyrus, I told Gloriosa leaf apex or stipules or leaf apex is modified into tendril, and Nepenthes upper part of the petiole is modified into tendril. So answer is A3, B4, C5, D1. Then with regard to Parkinsonia, the correct things are bipinnately compound leaf, definitely bipinnately compound leaf, because primary rachis is formed, secondary rachis is formed, on both sides of the secondary rachis leaflets are arranged. Secondary rachis are phyllodes, definitely secondary rachis is modified into a phyllodes. Primary rachis is modified into a spine, definitely primary rachis is modified into a spine. Stipules are spinous, stipules are modified into spine. So all the four are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, all are correct regard Parkinsonia. Example, that means the answer for this question is 3. Next, the number of primary rachis present in each of Deinonychus regia and Millingtonia. Primary rachis in Deinonychus, primary rachis in Millingtonia will be 1. Because primary rachis produce secondary rachis bears leaflets in the case of Deinonychus. Primary rachis produce secondary rachis produce tertiary rachis bears leaflets in the case of Millingtonia. So primary rachis number will be 1 in Deinonychus and 1 in Millingtonia. So answer is 1 and 1. Arrange the following in ascending order based on the number of rachi per leaflet. Based on the rachi per leaflet. For this the answer is B, D, C, A. Azadirachta only first rachis, Deinonychus 2 rachi, Moringa many 3 rachis, and Coriandrum many rachi. Just now this question is asked and explained. Next, arrange the following descent order based on the number of leaflets. 6 leaves in citrus, 1 leaf in Dolichos, 1 leaf in Gynotropsis, 2 leaves in Hardywichia. Answer is ACBD. Next, ACDB. Arrange the following modified parts of different examples from base to apex of leaf. From base to apex of leaf. Base to apex of leaf is DACB. Why? Because D, tendrils in smilax has come from stipules. Tendrils in smilax has come from stipules. A, tendril in clematis has come from petiole. Tendril in clematis has come from petiole. So stipules will be at the base. Next is petiole. Then C, picture in nepenthes. Picture in nepenthes has come from leaf lamina. Total leaf lamina is modified into a picture in nepenthes. And finally B, tendril in gloriosa has come from leaf apex. So first lower portion, that is stipules, then petiole, then leaf lamina, then leaf apex. This is from base to apex. So answer is DACB. D is tendril in smilax which come from stipules. A is tendril in clematis which come from petiole. C is picture in nepenthes where the total leaf lamina becomes a picture, and tendril in gloriosa has come from leaf apex. So arrange the following modified parts in different examples from base to apex of a leaf is DACB, tendrils in smilax, tendril in clematis, picture in nepenthes, and tendril in gloriosa. Arrange the modified parts of a leaf in nepenthes from base to apex. Base to apex is wing-like structure will be at the first. So answer is CADB. Answer is CADB. Next, if there are 4 pairs of leaves at 4 nodes in Calotropis, listen carefully. If there are 4 pairs of leaves at 4 nodes in Calotropis, the leaves which are arranged in the same plane are first and, that means second and third nodes. Second and 3 are the answers. Second and fourth node, first and third nodes. Why? Because in the first and third nodes they are arranged in a superposed manner. In second and fourth nodes they are arranged in a superposed manner, but right angles to the first and third nodes. First and third nodes. So arranged in the same plane are 2 and 3. Second and fourth node, first and third node. 4 pairs of leaves at 4 nodes of Calotropis. This shows opposite decussate phyllotaxy. Next, one of the following is not a modification in xerophytes tendril. Just now I told spines, scales, phyllodes all are xerophytic modifications, but for tendrils. Next, monocot having reticulate venation and tendril are stipules. Monocot having reticulate venation and tendril are stipules is smilax, because Dioscorea is a plant where vegetative bud, that means bud in the axils of the leaves. Bud in the axils of the leaves are modified into bulbils. Then Drosera, just now I told, sundew plant with tentacles. Agave americana, Agave americana. Agave americana is a plant with both bulbils and offsets. The only terrestrial plant with offsets is Agave americana. It also shows bulbils. So, vegetative bud in the axils of the leaves becomes a bulbil in Dioscorea. In the case of Drosera, glandular tentacles will be there. In the case of Agave americana, you will find two options. One is both bulbils and offsets. So, answer for this is smilax. Then leaflets are present on ultimate branches of irregularly divided rachis. Leaflets are present on ultimate branches means it is very much branch and very much dissected leaflets are present at the tip. For this the answer is coriandrum. This is also called D compound leaf. It is also very popularly called D compound leaf. Moringa tripinnately compound leaf. So options I will tell answers also. Moringa tripinnately compound leaves, Delonix bipinnately compound leaves, Coriandrum multipinnately compound leaves or D compound leaves. Next, opposite decussate superposed phyllotaxis are readily found in Calodropis and Quisqualis. In a palmately lobed dicot leaf, the type of venation will be, in a palmately lobed dicot leaf means the leaf lobes in a leaf lamina resembles fingers in a palm like this. This is a palmately lobed dicot leaf. So, if many midribs are there, all the midribs ultimately enter their independent lobes. All the midribs will definitely enter their independent lobes. So, definitely the answer for this is multicostate, reticulate, divergent venation. Multicostate means leaf lamina shows many midribs. Reticulate means lateral veins and veinlets are appear in the form of a network. Divergent means they ultimately divide at the leaf apex and enter their independent lobes. So, multicostate parallel divergent is boraces, but it is not a palmate lobed dicot leaf. Multicostate palmately parallel convergent is found in rices. It is a rice maize zower. It is also not a dicot. Multicostate reticulate convergent, it is found in dicot, but not in this plant. That is palmately lobed dicot leaf, it is found in other plants. Next, digestive glands are present at the tip of the tentacles in Drosera. They are present in a pitcher in Nepenthes, they are present in a bladder in Utricularia, and they are present at the tip of the tentacles in Drosera. Next, non-succulent phylloclad with scale leaves in whole phyllotaxy, just now I told Casuarina. These are all very important bits. That is why some of the are repeating. Next, the total number of leaflets found in together in 4 leaves of Marsilia. 4 leaves of Marsilia means 4 into 4, 16. 10 leaves of Dolichos. 10 leaves of Dolichos means 10 into 3, 30. Then 5 leaves of Gynandropsis. 5 leaves of Gynandropsis means 5 into 5, 25. And 2 leaves of Hardywichia. 2 leaves of Hardywichia means 2 into 2, 4. And 7 leaves of Cetrus, 7 into 1, 7. So, the answer will be 82. The answer will be 82 for this. I will repeat this question. The total number of leaflets found together in 4 leaves of Marsilia. Marsilia is a tetrafoliately compound leaf. So, 4 into 4, 16 leaves. 10 leaves of Dolichos. Dolichos is a trifoliately compound leaf. 10 into 3, 30. 5 leaves of Gynandropsis. Gynandropsis is pentafoliately compound leaf. 5 into 5, 25. 2 leaves of Hardywichia. Hardywichia is bifoliately compound leaf. 2 into 2, 4. And 7 leaves of Citrus. Citrus is unifoliately compound leaf. 7 into 1, 7. So, answer will be 82. Together 82 leaves are present. Next, uneven number of leaflets on unbranched rachis is found in. Uneven number of leaflets means primary rachis bears leaflets on both sides. When primary rachis bears leaflets on both sides, in the case of Capsia and Tamarindus, rachis always ends with 2 leaflets, so it is peripinnate. In the case of Azadirachta, it always ends with 1 leaflet. Whenever it ends with 1 leaflet, definitely it is imparipinnately compound. So, imparipinnately compound leaves are found in Azadirachta. So, uneven number of leaflets on unbranched rachis is seen in azad recta. Next, compound leaf without rachis. Compound leaf without rachis, just now I told Marsilia, where the petiole, at the tip of the petiole you will find. In Tamarindus you will find tertiary rachis. In Millingtonia, in Tamarindus you will find primer rachis. In Millingtonia you will find tertiary rachis. In Moringa you will find tertiary rachis. In Marsilia you don't find any rachis. Leaflets are present at the tip of the petiole. Plants with photosynthetic primary rachis. Plants with photosynthetic primary rachis means phyllodes we have to explain. Any part of the leaf except leaf lamina, if modifies into a green expanded photosynthetic leaf like structure, then it is called a phyllodes. Phyllodes are found in two types of plants. One is Acacia melanoxylon, the other is Parkinsonia aculeate. Acacia melanoxylon, Parkinsonia aculeate. In Acacia melanoxylon, bipinnately compound leaves are present. In Parkinsonia also bipinnately compound leaves are present. In bipinnately compound leaves of Acacia, the primary rachis modifies into a phyllodes. It bears secondary rachis which bears leaflet. It contains secondary rachis which bears leaflet. But gradually secondary rachis, leaflets, everything fall off. Only primary rachis perform photosynthesis. In Parkinsonia also bipinnately compound leaves. Primary rachis becomes a spine. Secondary rachis becomes a phyllodes which performs photosynthesis, and stipules also become spines. Selaginella here is a pteridophytic plant. Artocarpus is a plant with compound fruit, and Acacia is the answer. Dolichos, just now I told, trifoliately compound leaves are present in Dolichos. So, plant with photosynthetic primary rachis is Acacia. Primary rachis are petiole. Branched stipules are found in. What are stipules? Two small leaf-like structures present at the base of the leaf are stipules. Normally, stipules fall off before the leaf expands. Those stipules are called as deciduous stipules. So, stipules fall off before the expansion of leaf, deciduous stipules. The best example for this is Michelia. Michelia shows deciduous stipules. Then, persistent stipules. Persistent stipules means stipules remain even after the expansion of leaf lamina. Persistent stipules are found in Lathyrus pisum. Here the stipules perform photosynthesis. Now, normally stipules are very simple, but stipules are very much branched in Hypomia, Quamoclete. Stipules are very much branched in Hypomia, Quamoclete. So, what are stipules? Two small leaf-like structures present at the leaf base, and on both sides of the leaf base, at the base of the petiole. Every stipule, in many plants, stipules fall off before the expansion of the leaf. They are called deciduous stipules. Deciduous stipules are found in Michelia. In some plants, stipules remain even after the expansion of the leaves. They are called as persistent stipules. Example, Lathyrus and Pisum. And in some plants, stipules are very much branched, and those branched stipules are found in Hypomia, Quamoclete. Here Hypomia batatas is there. Hypomia batatas is a special root. Why? Single adventitious roots become tuberous. Hypomia quisqualis is not there. Hypomia indica is not there. Hypomia Quamoclete shows branched stipules. Next. In Millingtonia, the leaflets are mainly arranged in Millingtonia. Millingtonia shows first a primary rachis. On this primary rachis, slowly secondary rachis are produced. On this secondary rachis, slowly tertiary rachis are produced. Secondary rachis and tertiary rachis are produced. Leaflets are arranged on both sides of the tertiary rachis. Leaflets are arranged on both sides of the tertiary rachis. That's why these are popularly called tripinnately compound leaves. Tripinnately compound leaves. So rachis are primary, secondary and tertiary. So leaflets are arranged on both sides of the tertiary rachis in the case of Millingtonia. There are some other options, we explained that also. First option is primary rachis. Leaflets are arranged on both sides of the primary rachis in the case of, just now I told, peripinnate and imperipinnate. Secondary rachis, Delonix and Cassia. Many divided rachis, it is found in Coriandrum sativum and special feature of Apiaceae or umbelliferae. Next, insectivorous leaves that help in carbon assimilation and mechanical support are seen in. Insectivorous leaves that helps in carbon assimilation and mechanical support. Just now I told the lower portion of the petiole is modified into a green expanded leaf-like structure which can be regarded as phyllodes that perform photosynthesis. The upper part of the petiole is modified into highly coiled watch spring-like structure called tendril. So watch spring-like structure called tendril. So the leaf, insectivorous leaves means Nepenthes. Smilax is not an insectivorous plant. Climate is not an insectivorous plant. Lathyrus is not an insectivorous plant. Here insectivorous plant is only Nepenthes, and in this Nepenthes some portion of the petiole helps in carbon assimilation. Some portion of the petiole helps in carbon assimilation, that is lower portion of the petiole broad expanded leaf like phyllodes. Upper portion of the petiole becomes highly coiled tendril-like structure that helps in climbing. So mechanical support and carbon assimilation both are found in Nepenthes. So like this, some of the important bits we discussed. So in the leaf, very important aspects are first part of the leaves. Part of the leaves means petiole, stipule, everything. Then another important bit is, coming to closely, caducous stipules found in Michelia. Persistent stipules are found in Lathyrus and Pisum. Branched stipules are found in Ipomea quamoclete. After that, petiole. Petiole is the stalk of the leaf. A leaf with a petiole is petiolate, without a petiole is sessile. Then leaf lamina, broad expanded portion which performs a special photosynthesis, transpiration, everything is called leaf lamina. Leaf lamina also performs photosynthesis. Then comes venation. Venation in plants is reticulate venation, parallel venation. Reticulate venation is found in dicots, parallel venation is found in monocots. Reticulate venation showing monocots are Smilax and Dioscorea, parallel venation showing dicots are Calophyllum and Eryngium. Pinnately reticulate, palmately reticulate. Palmately reticulate convergent and palmately reticulate divergent. Then palmately parallel divergent, palmately parallel convergent. Then next comes, we discussed about types of leaves. Types of leaves means, types of leaves, simple leaves, types of leaves, simple leaves, compound leaves. Simple leaves means the total leaf lamina is entire. Leaf lamina is entire, which is not at all divided into leaflets. Compound leaves means leaflets are present. Simple leaf, unlobed leaves, simple lobed leaves. Simple unlobed leaves and simple lobed leaves. Then we discussed about leaf with important aspects. Then in the leaf we have to read about phyllotaxy, alternate phyllotaxy, opposite phyllotaxy, hold phyllotaxy. Then we have to discuss about after phyllotaxy modifications. There are 6 types of modifications. One is tendril, the other is spine, the other is what you called scales. Then there are some important aspects like phyllodes, reproductive leaves. Reproductive leaves are found in Bryophyllum, where the epiphyllous buds are present in the notches of leaf lamina. Scilla, epiphyllous buds are present at the leaf apex. Then begonia, epiphyllous buds are formed on the wounds of the leaf lamina. Then comes modifications. So last, trap leaves. Trap leaves means they are found in insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants, they are present, and Drosera and other things. So after the leaf, the next chapter is inflorescence. After the leaves, the next chapter is inflorescence. So we discussed what is a leaf, important aspects regarding leaf, and we also discussed some important bits. Some of the bits are very, very important. That's why we have repeated those bits. Then those bits are repeatedly asked in many EAMCET exams like AFMC, AIMS and something like that. That's why some of the questions are repeated. And why they are repeated? Because they are given in exams several times.